discretion is advised.
Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Nude Wrestling Podcast After Dark. I don't know if I can even get through this intro. I am cheesing so hard right now. If you are not new here, you know I've probably talked about this person and their show 100 times. Every interview we do, I'm bringing this person up, and even though he has been doing this since I believe spring of 2024. I feel like this is like my father figure in wrestling interviews, the Godfather. Like I don't know, for some reason I just feel like that's Poppy. Like I don't know. And I just I mean, this person yapped with wrestlers so that I could snoop. And I can think of no more symbiotic relationship than that for me. Like that is peak for me. He is incredibly talented. He has one of my favorite YouTube wrestling shows that there is. And he's a tooth gem shorty, or at least he was. We're going to talk about it because I need to
Yo.
know the tea right now about the tooth gems.
hmm
You guys, it's Kevin Herrera Sanchez. It's
Oh,
KHS from Ringville. Oh my God, welcome, Kevin. I'm really trying to be cool,
oh.
but I'm not cool at all about this.
No, look, thank you very much for that. Hello to you, Kelsey and Xavier. I truly
Hi.
appreciate that. A little tear coming down,
Yeah,
that was
period.
very lovely. That was very
Oh,
lovely,
good.
very sweet. I appreciate the kind words so much. I'm also a fan of the show, and it's like I was excited to be on. I got home like probably like an hour ago, and I was just kind of giddy, like, "Ooh, let's go! Today's the day. It's gonna be the interview." It's like I'm excited. But yeah, I'm excited.
Good, because also you told us before, right before we started, that this is your first time on the other side, the interviewee, instead of being the
Mhm.
interviewer. How is it
Right.
feeling so far?
It's like throughout the day was going today, I was just like kind of having a little moment of like, oh, this is what wrestlers probably feel like on the
Yeah,
day of when they're
period.
coming over to me, and it's just like I was trying to think of like answers to hypothetical questions or whatever, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with the flow, see, and just try to connect with you two in sort of way where it's like, because I think the like chemistry both of you have is great. Like when
Thank
I'm
you.
watching the show, I'm just like, oh, hold up. These feel like my friends, And
Period.
it's like
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
there with y'all talking or just listening.
Yeah,
So
babe.
that's really how I approach it today, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna just go in with the flow and if we're gonna click in a certain way.
Period. And it's so
Well, we
true.
appreciate that, really.
And I was gonna say, before we started, and then I was like, I'll save it for the show. But it's so funny because there are certain, and I'm so curious too about your process for preparing for
hmm
interviews. Because in for today, and also it was just you and Ray that this happened. From Respect Wrestling. And
hmm
where I was like, I don't even need to write down questions because I just know. And it's not because I didn't try and research the shit out of you, go down the deep dark web looking at
Yeah.
stuff and whatever. I was just like, I just know the energy is just going to click and it's going to be
hmm
just a vibe, a kiki, like it's just going
Right.
to be what it is. And I'm really
Yeah.
trying to talk shop. Like I'm really trying to talk about like you, how you got into wrestling and all of that. But I also
hmm
want to talk about like if we can like talk about like behind the scenes of the show, like just like
Yeah.
compare and contrast and just
hmm
like talk shop. Like I'm just trying to like,
No, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
okay, great.
To like give you like insight into just like what's my process, right?
Yeah.
Um, for me, the way I decide to like invite somebody onto the show, it very much depends on a few things. And it's never like a solid, oh, this is what people need to do, right?
Mm,
But whenever I go see a show live, I'm just like, okay, who catches my eye in terms of their charisma, in terms of their promo skills, or just like their technique in the ring. So it's like that's a factor. Social media presence sometimes plays a part, just
mm,
to see how much they get across their character,
okay.
and then just like I would say like certain things like just like stuff that they share too, where it's like does something pique my interest? Is like, oh, hold up, I like that.
Mm.
Or just
Oh,
like, oh wait, I actually like this wrestling take too.
that's so
And just
interesting.
stuff like that.
I love that because I feel like Xavier and I, and like Xavier, you can jump in because you're the most adamant. Like you're the one who is usually securing the interviewees because I'm just like the floating dust in the wind. Um, but I I think that's really interesting because you can tell like when you watch your show, like you really obviously like know these wrestlers and know certain things
Mhm.
about them, like their style in the ring, like, oh, I saw you talking to this person, or like I saw you post with this person on social media. I was watching some of your interviews today, like went and watched your very first one and then kind of
Mm,
like worked my way through different ones I was just like interested
yeah.
in. I rewatched some of my faves, but the way that you talk to people, one, it's just, first of all, the pure fact that you do it by yourself, because I need this bitch. Like I need him to like bounce off of and stuff. But the fact that you do
Uh-huh.
it alone also to me is like such an
Yeah.
indicator of your investment in even figuring out who the guest
Mhm.
will be on your show. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And there's been times where I've had like friends help me.
Oh, really?
Like yeah. It's like in certain episodes, it's like you can hear like I have a friend named Ryan Tony. Is like he was the person who was showing me a lot of the camera equipment and just like how to
Mm.
use it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like he will be laughing at our conversation, or it's like, and then
Yeah,
I've had various like sound people who just I work with outside of this wrestling stuff, and it's like uh, David, I believe, is one of them where it's like he was also just laughing, and we're all just kind of, especially in the Nick Shin episode,
Mm.
describes a bump that he took, and there's like 10 minutes of footage that I just had to cut out because it's just us laughing.
I
Right.
love that. I need to release the supercut now. I need
Uh,
to see the Sanchez cut right
that's
now.
funny as hell.
Well, I
Mhm.
like because also you have a great laugh. Like you have one of my favorite laughs
That's great.
also.
Thank
Like
you.
like
Yeah.
the giggle is so great and
Uh-huh.
I think you're great because or like interviewing too is like because you seem very like stoic and chill, but like you
Yeah.
also like know your shit, but it also like gives great layup to the talent to be like this
Mhm.
kind of bigger presence. And so like
Yeah.
then that give and take ends up being so special, I feel.
Hmm. Oh, thank
Like,
you. I appreciate that. I used to
yeah.
get made fun of my laugh in elementary school, so
You're
that's all to ya.
kidding. Well,
Nah,
y'all are twisted and whack. If any of you are watching this, you're wrong.
Well, children are evil, so like
Children
it's fine.
children are evil. Thank you.
Uh,
Yeah,
um,
I go ahead. Sorry.
no, yeah, that's like one of the things I tell people before like we start like recording, getting into it is like I very much try to be the thermostat and not like the temperature, where it's like
Mm,
I'll match people's energy and I'll match people's like way of talking, their charisma, just because that one, I think that also helps them feel much more comfortable. And
yeah,
it's like then we can really start bouncing off jokes or ideas or topics or whatever. And it's like it just creates a better flow of conversation.
I love that. Yeah, makes complete sense.
So let's go like backwards.
Yeah.
When does
Yeah.
wrestling fall into your life? And then
Uh-huh.
um where do you get the first kind of like rumblings of like, okay, I want to do this show?
Okay. So the first time I ever saw wrestling, I was sitting on like the edge of my parents' bed while they were
Mm.
just kind of turning the channel. And it was in 2006. It was a random Raw backstage segment with John Cena, Big Show, and like Booker T, because they were building up
Whoa.
to that triple threat in like Cyber Sunday, where it's like all three champions went against each other, but only one of them was on the line.
Right.
And as a kid, I believe I was like 8. I just like gravitated towards John Cena, and I was like, hold up, this dude cool, like. Um, so from there, I just like kept watching it, and it's like, yeah, it's like the more people I was introduced to, like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Jeff Hardy, it's like the more people, like the more I just liked it. So I was a fan until honestly, like Shawn Michaels retired. After he left, I was just like, I think I'm out of here.
Yeah, I get it.
So I took a break until 2014 when like the peak of like Daniel Bryan, like
Right.
he's the reason that like I came back. And then from there I
Mm.
just like dived into like NXT, And then like the black and gold era of NXT was really something I like kept me going. And then like from there, I just like kept watching. So I didn't ever really have that like idea to be a wrestler per
Hmm.
se. Like I just knew from the jump where it was just like, it's just not something I really want to focus on. Um, but I, but there was one match that almost changed my mind, and it was Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole at
Oh
NXT
yeah.
Takeover, the one in Connecticut, not even the one in New York.
Mm.
When that's when like Adam Cole wins the title, and I was just like, oh, hold up, I might do this. I might actually just like look up a bunch of schools or whatever and like try to go at it. But I have weak ankles.
I love that.
And yeah, it's like we just gotta be honest with ourselves. And like my shoulder sometimes hurts, so I'm just like, yo,
Oh.
I don't wanna just put my body in that kind of pain. Um, so I just kind of like stopped, like not pursuing wrestling in any kind of like career aspect. But it wasn't until I want to say like 2020, like right after the pandemic, where uh, like my film working stuff, like and like that part of like my life, like was like really taken off, and like I was extremely busy. So it was like around in 2021, like some stuff started to like kind of get a little slower, and I just had some time, and I was just like, oh, I want to work in wrestling, but
Hmm.
not in the wrestling side of it, but the production side. So, but I had like no connections, no friends or family that like knew or like worked in wrestling. So I just like sent a bunch of cold emails to some companies, and I was like, "Hey, look, my name is this, um, and this is the skills that I have. This is, what I think I'll be good at, and this is what I want to do." Um, I got no reply, which it is what it is. Like
Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
like nobody has to
Girl.
reply to me. That's fine. It's also I'm like, who am I? I like they could probably be getting like tons of those emails. Um, so I just like once that didn't happen, I like sat down and just kind of shelved the idea for a while. And it wasn't until the early of 2023 where I was just like, okay, I really want to do something in wrestling, and I always enjoy talking to people.
Hmm.
So I was like, let me start interviewing wrestlers. And in 2019, I discovered independent wrestling because
Mm.
AEW came up, and I was like, where everybody coming from? Hold up.
right,
Like,
right,
Yeah.
it's
right.
not
Yep.
only the Fed. Like, okay.
So
Um,
true.
so it's like, I then went to like my first House of Glory show,
Oh
the
yeah.
one with
Mm.
Will Ospreay.
Nice.
And that's when I
Whoa.
learned of a bunch of like other wrestlers. I was like, oh, hold up. This and the atmosphere whenever they do their shows, it's just like incredible. So that's
Yeah.
really just like oh, I want to kind of keep going to these shows. So yeah, in like 2023, I was like, cool, let me try to talk to like independent wrestlers and like let me interview them. So I kind of spent a year figuring out what I wanted the show to look like, the identity, how will I, like approach the interviews? Because usually when I work in like film, I'm on the other side of the camera. I'm
Right.
never like in front. So I also had to learn how to like be comfortable and okay with being on camera. So I like spent like 90 days, close to like 3 to 4 months, just kind of talking to my phone and practicing
Yeah.
how to, like, because even to this day now, I like still stutter or like trip over my words, da da da. And
Hmm.
and it's like just over time, it's like thankfully for my show, I don't have the like pressure of being live. So I can just kind of
So
edit some stuff
true.
out.
Same
I'm
here.
just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
hold up.
Fix it in the edit, girl. We'll fix it in post.
Exactly, exactly. None of you guys are gonna see this. So it's like, so even now, like I still like struggle with some of that, but before it was worse. So it's like that, like
Really?
90 days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like I'm a pretty shy person at
Hmm.
times. Well, a little less now, but before. So it
Yeah.
was really just kind of getting used to like speaking on camera and just like being okay with seeing myself on camera. Because I don't know who edits this podcast, but it's like hearing
I
yourself
do.
talk.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
He's
rough
so brave.
sometimes.
He's
Um,
so brave.
and then sometimes you just get so sick of yourself. Like I'm just so
I
tired of looking
can't.
at me.
Hmm.
but you got
Hmm.
to get through it because and you got
Oh
to
Right.
my
like
God.
take yourself out of it as much as you can, to just be like,
Exactly.
okay, like if I'm not me, can I stomach this? Is this okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
Exactly, exactly.
it's
Hmm.
hard to watch yourself.
I don't know why
Hmm.
I thought that was so
Extremely. It's like just hearing
Oh,
yourself on like a phone message or
I
something or like a
can't.
You're like,
voice message.
ew, who's
Ugh.
that?
Like, whose
So
voice? Throw that
terrible.
out. Throw that
Okay, no,
out,
I'm not
please.
kidding. Thank God Xavier edits because I sometimes can't. I try and watch our normal show, but we were talking about this with Ray too. I try to watch our
Hmm.
normal week to week show, like raw rewatch, because one,
Hmm.
you should, and two, I don't want to repeat myself every week and say the same like
Yeah.
take on somebody
Hmm.
every week. So I'm like, I just have to remember
Yeah.
what I said. But I cannot rewatch our interviews, which is horrible because like it's not even about me, it's about the other person. But it's like
Yeah.
there's some sort of like unleashed different impromptu version of us when we
Hmm.
interview people. And I'm like, if you don't shut up, like I can't take it. So thank God
That's
Xavier
funny.
handles it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely get that.
Mhm.
And like, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and also I didn't mean to
Uh-huh.
interrupt you. I didn't
No,
want
it's
to
okay.
interrupt your thought, but I was gonna say it's interesting. So so do you edit your own show then because you do like kind of the behind the scenes stuff? Wow, God
Yeah.
bless.
Yeah. Like, I right now in this moment in time, I do everything.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like
Well,
I reach out to the wrestlers, I edit all the episodes, I do all the research, I set up all the lights, all the cameras, all the sound stuff.
damn. That's
It's just
crazy.
And do you
it's me.
feel like the style that you've chosen like to
Hmm.
have them like come to you and have it like be in person like add something
Yes.
because we do it this way.
Yeah.
We are
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
also in separate states, so like we kind of
Have
have to.
to.
But
Hmm.
like
You
do
can't
you
teleport?
no,
Well, I'm
I'm
working
working
on
on
it.
it. Ooh, that's how you know we've
Oh,
been friends a
nice,
long
nice,
time.
nice, nice. Yeah.
Get away from me, bitch.
As if
You know
you're
that
so stuck.
picture of SpongeBob and Squidward when he like lifts his shirt and they're just connected
No,
Yep.
through
literally,
like organs?
it's
That's yeah.
so sick. I said somebody today, like, I was talking to our friend Pat, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like it's Xavier's turn to come up and see me anyway, as per our like lavender marriage divorce agreement." Like,
Yo, 1000%.
I'm like, I just saw him, so now he's got to come see me.
Huh.
So we'll be
Oh,
Yeah.
there. But yeah, I was gonna say I so understand. It's really funny. I think when we do this and then we meet
Hmm.
people in real life, I think people think we're gonna be like so outgoing and over the top and like extroverted.
oh
And
no, we're
there's
Hmm.
shy
Oh
babies.
my
We're
God, we are
like
such
Same, same,
wallflowers. And it's so
same.
funny. Even the other day, we went to Holiday Hangover, and there was like a wrestler we
Hmm.
wanted to talk to after, and I just was like shut down. I was like, I'm so sorry. You
You
need
were
to
just like,
initiate this. I can't. Literally,
yeah.
I was just like, Xavier, take the lead, and he did.
Uh-huh.
Thank
I was like, because
God.
we
God
can't
bless
Yeah.
stand
him.
in their vicinity forever.
And just be
We
like,
gotta break it.
Right,
God.
right, right.
But I was like, you need
But
to
yeah.
take it. Sorry, go
Uh-huh.
ahead.
No, yeah, but yeah, to answer your question, Xavier, that was like a big thing when I was thinking about like just what the show would look like itself. I was just kind of going through YouTube and seeing who else like kind of in interviews independent wrestlers, and I was just like, oh, most of these are via Zoom and just or like whatever other online platform there is, and it's like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's actually my introduction to a lot of people because it's like how am I talking to someone from freaking Texas or something like that,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and it's like
Right.
so it's like I think that's if that's what you can do, absolutely do it. It's never an excuse not to. But for me, like I in film when I work on like interviews for like other companies or whatever, it's like I can always tell that the chemistry is very much better in person, and there is a connection that is there that isn't always fully there online.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And I was just like, okay, I can also make this look really good in terms of like lighting and like production.
Right.
So
Yes.
that's that's gonna be my strengths when I do start this. So it's like, what's the saying like wrestling says where it's like, showcase your strengths, hide your weaknesses.
Right.
It's like
Hmm.
Paul Heyman.
like right. I before the first episode or like the first batch of recordings, I had never interviewed anybody else.
Feel ya.
So I was just,
Yeah, literally. I mean, like we kind of dove into, but still, like you're by
yeah,
yourself. Like that is so
yeah.
crazy to me.
hmm And so I was just like, okay, I can make this look pretty good, and I can let that kind of carry me for a little bit while I improve my skills and work on what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Um, so that was like my approach to it. It's like I can make this look good. The connection is better, and it's and it was really picked up from Chris Van Vliet.
I
Like
was
I
just
remember when
watching him
he,
today,
Mm.
actually.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, he's great. He's great.
Yeah, he's so good.
Uh, and he like of course, over the pandemic, like only online interviews, right?
Right.
And then and I forgot which episode it is, but he explained that in person, it just feels better. And it's like the conversation flows much better. And it's like, you kind of get to really experience who a person is.
Mm.
And I just kind of thought about it. It was like, okay, if I'm able to do that, hopefully the viewer is also going to be able to do that.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes complete sense. I love that. And do they like, so did you, and we don't have to like dox you or anything, but like, do they come to like uh, your your house or like you have a
Nah,
space? You have like
yeah,
a
like
space.
so. Yeah, when I first started, I used to shoot these in Brooklyn. I had a
Okay.
friend who like I was like I used to like I had like this monthly subscription to like this studio spot. Um and then now I shoot them in the Bronx because I found another spot. So it's like,
Mm,
yeah, I usually have a designated location to where I do these. But I have done them in my place before.
really?
Listen, you do what you gotta
Yeah.
do.
Exactly, because there was one time where it's like it was I try to do these like recordings on a Friday or Saturday.
Hmm.
Weekend works better for people. And then like on a Thursday, the person in charge of the studio was like, "Yo, Kev, you cannot use it." And I had like scheduled everything. I did all my research. I sent out, like all the emails and everything, all the
Hmm.
information.
Hmm.
And I was just like, okay, hold on, what am I gonna do? And it's like I don't like canceling on people.
Hmm.
So I was just like, you know what, Kev, you gotta eat that.
You gotta eat
You
it.
gotta eat that.
Everybody's
Yeah.
coming over. And
Exactly, exactly.
And because it's from, and I was gonna say too, though, what you were saying about like kind of getting your feet wet and just like
Mhm.
hopefully the lighting and the whatever will carry the show until you get like quote unquote good at interviewing. I was gonna say your
Yeah.
first interview with Diamond was so good though. Like
Oh, thank you.
it's like I was watching and I was like, it feels like how do I explain this? Like,
Mhm.
you know how like Stone Cold had the Broken Skull sessions, but it was just on like the WWE network and then they put it on
Yeah.
YouTube. It felt like
Yeah.
you'd been doing this show and then suddenly it was
hmm
put on YouTube.
mm
But like, because it just felt like it already
Yeah.
existed. Do you know what I mean?
hmm I
Like
do.
if
I get what you mean.
it just
Yeah.
felt like it had always been somewhere, but now it was like
hmm
accessible to the general populace
Yeah.
because it just felt so natural. And I was like, surely this can't be the first episode, but it's so
Uh-huh.
amazing. And like even the Ringville like font with the branding and like the setup
Yeah.
and everything. I was like, and even the what do you call it? I can't think of
The
it, but
slate.
yes, Ringville
Yeah.
episode, whatever.
hmm
Love that.
hmm
And like,
Yeah.
so
Thank you.
what was the inspiration for just the name? Like even just the setup
hmm
with the
All
thing?
right. The slate.
Like, thank
So
you.
that was like the year that from like 2023 to like the first, because I believe the first episodes were recorded in February and they
Mm-hmm.
posted until March, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, and the idea started in 2023. So it's like I really spent a year trying to figure out like the identity and just like how am I going to really format this show. And I did the slate thing because that's like just a tie-in to film. Like
Yeah.
I work in film, like that's like my first career. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like cool. I'm gonna bring that with me. And then like the logos and everything, like I have a I have a friend who's an artist. His name is Tedf, Tedf. Is like he does like beautiful like wood pieces on canvases.
Wow.
Extremely talented. And he's also like a graphic designer. So I just kind of spent longer than I thought it would take
Hmm.
because I could not figure out how to explain the ideas inside my head
Right.
to
I
him.
so get that.
And so I was just like, yeah, it's going to be simple. It's like, just do this. But then he would come with me, like, or come to me with something completely different. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I've also had to figure out how to speak to other people based off what I want.
Mm,
So it's like, yeah. So it's like the KHS logo with the little like two titles, like that
Mm.
like took 6 months to make. And it's like that
mm.
thing. Hmm. Um, and then when it comes to Ringville, the name really comes from like my favorite, one of my favorite labels for
Mm.
in music. It's Dreamville.
Dreamville. I knew
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was
Like
like, I
that,
had a
like,
feeling.
hmm like yeah, like just that whole label, especially like Cole
Hmm.
and Jid, like top tier artists. So I'm
Period.
just like, you know what?
Me
I'm gonna get
too.
that.
Me too, top tier. I'm gonna add myself to the list.
Hmm.
I love that. I
Yeah,
I also I'm so glad you brought up, and I'm sorry, Xavier, am I like steamrolling you?
You're
Okay.
good.
I wanted to talk about the film and the photography because the photography
yeah.
is incredible. And also, I
Thank
really
you.
want to say I literally told all my friends about this when I saw that you were doing a 7 hour like slot of time for people to come get like headshots and like any sort of photographs done or whatever. I was like, that
Hmm.
is so generous, like
Yeah.
so generous with your time. And that's why I was like, again, I was already such a fan. And then I literally was like walking around with my phone, like, do you guys see this? 7 hours, like for
Yeah.
people to pull up whenever, like so that it's like
Hmm.
it was just such a beautiful thing, like a community thing, and just
Yeah.
also because you are so incredibly talented, I was just like, this is such a nice, this is just such a nice
Hold
thing
on.
for people. Like your photography, especially the one you recently posted with like the fisheye,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
cool,
Yeah.
so beautiful, and like
Thank you.
that was amazing. I was like, damn, that's like cool as fuck. Like 7 hours, that's a long day. And like
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing that you did.
Yeah.
So first of all,
Thank you.
props for that. And
I
also
appreciate
like
that.
so photography, film, like how
Hmm.
does that enter your life? Because obviously that's huge
Yeah.
just alongside of wrestling and everything.
Hmm.
And you're also
Yeah.
extremely good at it because I was really
Oh,
creeping on a lot of stuff today. So
that's fair. That's fair. Um, so photography that came into the picture because I did a random music video in like 2021. Like I'm talking like just it was like a three-person crew, and the person who was shooting it, the cinematographer, he used to be an assistant for like another photographer, right? And
Mhm.
then so it's like his name is John Abbott, and he put me in contact with him, and
Wow.
so it's like I started working with John, and it's like I am like his like lighting technician slash like photo assistant, so I like light a lot of his work,
Mm.
and he's like one of like the the biggest photographers in like the jazz community.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Um, so it's like over time, I was just working a bunch with him, and I was just like asking him more questions, learning his process. And I never had like the dream of being a photographer. But as I was working with him, I kind of fell in love with just like just everything, like every aspect of it, just like setting up, going into like a different location every time, and just like because it's another way of connecting with people, you
Hmm.
know, because it's like that's really and that's like the connection between photography and interviewing, where it's like you have to make people feel comfortable in front of the camera, and you have to make
Yeah.
people like like be okay with being themselves. And it's like that is what really drew me to photography. So it's like I work with John for a couple of years, and then I'm just like, cool, I think I can do this. So I started planning something in May, and I did 2 days back to back of similar like days in terms of just like here I have like this 7 hour time slot, right? The
Wow.
first day I had just like friends from film pull up, and it was really my day to like practice. I was just like, yeah, let me take pictures of yeah, let me see, like try to figure this out. And then the following day I had like a bunch of wrestlers pull up.
Mm.
So it's like, and it was like I didn't spend too much time figuring out like if I can do it. I was just like, I'm gonna just see if I can. And I understand like once again when it came to like the interview thing, like I can make it look good. I can like light this
Yeah.
and like and the camera like I don't even have like a photography camera. I use my production camera to shoot the pictures.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Um,
That's cool.
yeah, like I record Ringville with Sony FX30s
Okay.
and I also take my portraits with the Sony FX30, which is not like a photography camera, but it's like I understand like f-stop, shutter speed, and ISO, so and I can make it light and I can light it, so it's like okay, I can make them look decent. And yeah, like my goal with take like having these like shooting in behind us pop-up events, it's really kind of creating an environment and a setting where people can one come get good pictures and two kind of network with
Mm.
people from other schools, other promotions, and other aspects of wrestling. So if it's like podcasters, graphic artists, referees, announcers, belt designers, and just kind of gather a bunch of people, put them in one room, and just let them just kind of ask questions that they are interested in or advice that they want. And it's like, because people tend to only be able to do that at shows, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like some people, if they're not booked, where it's like, well, they're not getting that kind of exposure to certain talents. So I was just like, cool, let me just try to help. Like, it's really just like trying to help indie wrestling in whatever way that I can.
I love it because it's putting the community in the room outside of
Mm-hmm.
like these like because independent wrestling's so like it's so spread out. Like yeah, there are like
Hmm.
hot spots, but like wrestlers have to go far and wide generally. So
Yeah.
like if you can kind of congregate like that group as many times as like possible, it's only going to result in like positive things. Like
Mm-hmm.
um so I have a question about the photo shoot also in that like does anybody like stick out that like really like had an idea for like a photo shoot that was like, oh, this is going to
Mm-hmm.
be like who I am, and that really like stands out in your
Mm-hmm.
mind as like somebody that
Mm.
like came prepared like with an
Yeah.
idea or something that's just kind of memorable that like you fell into because sometimes you
Mhm.
some people don't know when they walk into a
Right.
photo shoot.
Mm.
Right. Okay. First of all, I like your nails, Xavier.
Thank you.
Like, uh, and I will, I would say this. The reason why I did like the fisheye look and then like the black and gray is because of something that Brian Baum said.
Love that
Oh, I
guy.
love
Um,
Brian
he's
Baum.
great.
I
He's
love
great.
that
He's great.
bitch. My Maybelline twin. Hey
Yeah.
girl.
Hmm.
Hey Brian.
Um, when he came to the studio to do Ringville, right? I had like my laptop there and I was showing him like the portraits that I took of previously of other wrestlers. And he said something to me where it was just like, hey, like these are nice, right? But a lot of people are doing like just like the backdrop look. It's either a white or a gray or whatever, or whatever color. And it's like that kind of stuck with me because if he feels that way, I'm sure that other people feel in wrestling feel that way too. So I was
Yeah.
just like, cool, grab how can I get like the promo pictures, but also include something far more creative that it's like maybe not everyone is doing. So in that like same day of where it's like people are getting their promos, I'm just like, okay, cool. I have this other camera with this other lens. We're just gonna try to do something. And I think Darko, like when she saw like the fisheye look, she kind of had this idea of just like, oh, I know what I want. And it's like she's
Mm.
like the first picture I post, like in that
Yeah.
like dump of just like and with like her hands like this,
Yeah.
because it's like,
So amazing.
yeah. So it's like she was someone who was like, oh, when she saw that kind of creative look that I was going for, she knew exactly like what to do to make the pictures pop.
Oh,
Love that.
period. And she's such a queen. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but wow. So this is great because I feel in safe company because then you are a lighting king. Like you
Mm.
are all
At
about the
times,
lighting. So at
yeah.
times, meaning what?
Oh, that I don't know.
I think he was just trying to be humble, Kelsey.
I'm like, meaning what? What does that mean? You're in or
Like,
you're
hold on, hold
out.
on, hold on.
Blood in and blood out of the lighting game.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? So like I'm saying like in your home. I'm assuming because even like
Hmm.
here, you came in with your little aesthetic lighting. We got the Ringville on the back. Like it just
Yeah,
feels
yeah, yeah.
you're a
I
lighting
mean, yeah, like,
connoisseur.
yeah, I I just found to kind of gravitate towards different looks or even lighting. Like, I do this thing where when I wake up, I just go outside and I photosynthesize. I just let the sun hit me.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm just a little plant, you know? I'm just
Yeah,
like,
we're all just a
yeah,
little bit more complicated
exactly.
houseplants.
Exactly.
I love that.
Um, so and then it's like also it's like how do I like make my place cozy? Or it's like with lighting, it's like set a mood, da da da. And it's yeah, because that's just what I do. One of the things I do in film. So like I've really studied lighting, colors, and just figured out like how to get certain looks, how to get certain styles. And yeah.
Wow. And what I'm just curious too, like where how do I even explain this? I want to ask like where do you see like Ringville going or like where do you want
Yeah.
Ringville to go? But it's like
Hmm.
first of all, it's already going. So it's not like this is, you know what I mean? It's like already got its
Yeah.
thing. So it feels like a kind of like silly question, but it's just like
Hmm.
the brand of Ringville and like even you and just like you as a presence in
Yeah.
independent wrestling, like how
Hmm.
do you see like this community that you've started like moving forward or like do you have different plans for like different sorts of interviews? Because I know you also,
Hmm.
which I loved, that video you posted on Instagram when you were in Texas and you were just like in the desert with
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
The
whatever
metal
it is.
detector.
Yes, thank you, metal. I
Hmm.
just like
Hmm.
can't think of any vocabulary words today, but like
Words are
in
hard, I
terms
get
of
that.
thank you. Thank you. And I literally have an English degree. It's horrible. But like I should not have gotten it, I guess. But I like in terms of that creativity and now that you are
Hmm.
in front of the camera and you have that eye
Yeah.
and you're trying to like play with certain things, like what do you want to do? Do you have thoughts about where you want to
Hmm.
go, like in terms of expanding or just any sort of
Yeah.
like motion?
I mean, right now I'm just trying to do stuff that I find interesting and cool.
Hmm.
Like this past November, I ran the production for Fuego Lucha. So I had three cameras and
Whoa.
I recorded the whole show,
Oh my
you know?
God.
And it's like I did that for two other companies as well. And it's like and then it's like I kind of edited the show, put it together, right? So I'm really just trying to figure out like what it is I like and what I don't like.
Hmm.
It's like even though I do everything for like Ringville, I despise editing.
I
Like
I
understand.
get
it
Get
it.
this
came.
boy a team.
It's also my like part of my like day job, so I'm really in it. So
Mm.
like,
Oh,
uh,
okay, yeah, this is yeah.
so some days I'll be like, because I work on other podcasts and things. So some
Oh,
days I'll be
nice.
like, I'll get to the like where the point where it's like in the day where I need to start working on my stuff, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah, editing our show is like leisure activity for him, but
which
it's
is
just
crazy.
torture. It's bamboo splinters under the fingernails.
Uh,
What a
right.
sin.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, I'm very much figuring out like stuff that I want to do. Like when you brought up the Texas video, like I for sure want to take Ringville to like other states and other places, And I try to drop videos like that beforehand, so to kind of like announce where I'm going.
Mhm.
Um, it's it's something where it's like it's just kind of creative and fun for me to do, and it's
Right.
like if
Yeah.
I'm able to do it, it's like why not? And it also kind of creates a little bit of not buzz, but it kind of gets people talking like, oh, hold up, I'm gonna be there, and then people start reaching out to me. So it's like it kind of does the work for me instead of me looking for wrestlers. Like they start reaching out to me, which is nice.
Yeah, especially as you're
Um,
doing everything else.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Like you guys can come
and
to me.
yes, yes, please. Um, and then like the actual Ringville brand of like, of course, I do want to start at some point doing interviews in a ring.
Nice.
Like I think that would,
Oh, hell
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Like I
Okay.
think that would be super fire. Um,
Period.
and like it's like once I feel more comfortable and ready, like I'll do some episodes live. It's like
Mm.
it's kind of seeing what's working for other people and then maybe taking a little bit from other areas and then just kind of applying that. But yeah, I also want to do a lot more creative work in photography. It's
Yeah.
but keep doing the promo shoots, but also then just do more creative stuff. And I have some ideas that I'm excited to do this year.
Good. I love
Uh,
that. And I
yeah.
also, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, because also I'm trying to be respectful of your time, and because I
Mhm.
know you have other
That's okay.
things going on, but I need to know about the tooth gems, mostly
Mm,
selfishly, personally.
yeah,
I know you don't
yeah,
have
yeah,
them anymore. I'm
yeah.
devastated. But I need to know everything.
Okay, so the tooth jam happened. It was very much in the moment.
Love that.
I was working on a feature in October.
Okay.
So it was like a 3.5 week project, and a script supervisor, which is another person, like a person who works on a film set too. She had one, and it fell in the middle of like breakfast, and she was like, "Guys, I almost like ate my tooth gem, da da da," and we all just started talking about it. And she was like, "I'm gonna bring my kit tomorrow," and I'm just like, "Ooh, are you?"
Was
And
it bad?
yeah, it was like exactly Play-Doh snake, planet. I'm just so the following day she brings it, and she has like this just collection of tooth gems, and it's like, whoa, like there's so many. And I just like start looking through which one I want, and the one I grabbed was just like a heart-shaped one, and it was
Love
like
it.
bigger than all the other ones, but I was just like, this the one. Put that thing on, like
So good.
um yeah, so I just had it for like 2.5 weeks, probably a little long, like close to 3 weeks. Like it got to the point where I finished that like 3 week project, and I was just going on with my regular life as a tooth gem girly,
Yeah,
which I was.
period.
Exactly. So I enjoyed the tooth gem for sure. I didn't. It was a little too big in terms of I felt it, so it felt like having braces again, or just one.
Heard. One brace.
But it may one brace, one brace,
So good.
so so maybe I'll get another one, but maybe a little smaller.
Okay,
But
cool. Okay, guys, drop in the comments if you want to see me and Kevin get matching tooth gems.
yo,
That's amazing.
I'm gonna be like on
yeah,
Ringville.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, if you want us to live stream us doing tooth gems, let us know.
We've gone off
If
the rails.
I know because we were talking about because it's funny. Xavier and I just talked yesterday about like because we don't ever do anything live either because first of all,
Mhm.
again, we gotta fix it in post. We can be really if you think our show is gross, you should hear us in
Oh
the
yeah.
uncut version. So like
Yeah.
we were like I don't know about doing live, especially because if live reactions and stuff like I really am like loud and abrasive sometimes when we
Mhm.
watch and I
Mhm.
so live is always something we like think about dabbling into, but not. But hey, if our first foray is just us getting tooth gems, let us know if you guys want to see that. But
But
that's just me.
no.
That's just me. Whatever. But I saw that and I was like, well, I have to know everything about this because I want a tooth
Mhm.
gem just for
Yeah.
no reason. So my mom can have a heart attack. But
Right. Yeah. My
Yeah.
the question I got the most when people like who didn't know I had a tooth gem would see me for the first time was, "Is that permanent?"
Is that
And I'm just like,
yes,
"No, it's
forever?
okay."
yeah, I
Yeah, like
drilled a little
you did this to
hole.
yourself?
Like I actually put it on every morning, like my shoes. Thank you.
Right. Actually, the tooth come with it. I'm actually missing a
I
tooth.
click my
I
my
clip it right
tooth.
in.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I feel like I had 100,000 more questions for you, Xavier. What do
Uh-huh.
you have?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
As we know, Kelsey is new to wrestling. That is the whole premise of our show. But
Yeah.
we always like to have our guests kind of continue the education. Is there a
Mhm.
match that, like, off the top of your head that you would show like a non-wrestling like fan, and or just one that you go back to and watch a lot?
Mm.
Because we will watch it and we'll discuss it at a later
Okay.
time.
And then, right, you'll be like, "This is what he said." Get him out of here.
I directly call you and I'm like, come pick me up. This shit sucks.
Like, no more tooth gem. I'm out of here. Like,
Yeah, I'm out of here. Canceled. Our due to due to unforeseen
mhm.
circumstances, our
Yeah.
live tooth gem is canceled.
I think I'm gonna answer this as if you asked the question, what match do I rewatch the most?
Okay.
Um, and that is the Young Bucks versus Kenny Omega and Hangman Page at
Heard.
Revolution 2020.
Ooh, I
That
gotta see that.
that is probably has jumped up to like my favorite match. It's that one, and then Bailey and Sasha take over Brooklyn.
Love
Heard.
that.
Like
I feel that.
like depends on the day, they can flip between one and two. But like those two, I would say those two matches. Uh, just because like I think oftentimes people just think tag team wrestling is just like, eh, you know,
Mm.
and it's like
I think that's something
I
because sometimes the Fed makes it seem like tag
yeah,
team
exactly.
wrestling is
Right.
meh.
It's like, oh, we have to pay two extra people for the same match. Like, we don't want that.
Whack.
So, like, super whack. So it's like, yeah, that's like I think some like tag team wrestling like at its best, you
Hmm.
know.
Mm.
And then like Sasha and like Bailey,
I love
that's
Bailey.
just wrestling. Like, not even just like women's wrestling, just wrestling, like at its like highest possible caliber, where it's like, oh, hold up, this makes me feel something every single time I watch it. And it's like, regardless if I know who's winning, I'm popping for the kickouts. It's like, oh shit, like
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh.
God, I love that. I love a good kick out, just like my favorite.
right.
Me favorite. Go ahead, Xavier.
No, I was gonna say, so we all work in, the independent wrestling kind of like sphere. Is there somebody that you haven't got yet that you're like would
Yeah.
love to interview? We
Mm,
have our list. I'm sure we could also share. We have a
mhm.
I
couple.
have one, yeah, off the top of my head.
Oh, for let's see. Okay, I'll give you two names, right?
Okay.
Two names, one that I hope I hope happens soon, and then one that is just like I'm gonna just throw out there. Um, the first one is Janai Kai.
Heard.
Like,
I
Mm,
would
like,
love that.
hell yeah.
like
That's a
she
good
just
one.
really looks like she can just fuck you up in real life,
Right.
Yep.
and she
Yep.
can. I think like
She
Oh,
she
certainly
has a
can.
martial arts background.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like so for sure. One, the second one. You know what? Like, I would say he just appeared on Ring of Honor, Charles Mason.
Heard. He's an
Ooh.
interesting cat,
Like,
that one.
Oh
He
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
yeah.
a fun time. I love that his theme song is a Shania Twain like cover. It kills me. It's
Love.
so good. It's like this like creepy like
Mhm.
Shania Twain cover. I'm like, this dude is
But
insane.
it's a banger though.
It
It's
is a
it's
Um,
banger.
fantastic.
right, and I feel like he can make me cry in person.
Yeah. Just from being like I like because I've seen other like interviews and stuff
I'm
with him
trying to cry.
where he's like it's just like oh, he just makes everyone feel like so awkward on purpose.
Yeah,
It's like watching The
yeah.
Office for the first
Or like
time.
between two ferns.
Two
Between two
ferns.
ferns. Yeah.
Between
Yes,
two
yes, yes, yes,
ferns.
yeah.
Iconic.
Oh, that's
Uh-huh.
fantastic. Kelsey, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Those are
What's yours?
I this is a person who I recently told was on my bucket list and I was like, but I'm not ready yet. Like
Hmm.
I'm not even close to prepared for what kind of conversation this would be, and I don't think it would ever happen anyway, but
Yeah.
Grim Reaper.
Mm.
Mm.
He scares me to death, but only because he's so
Hmm.
cool. And I'm like, I just don't think I'm
Yeah.
cool enough yet. Like, I think I have to get my cool up. I have to get, I don't know, like maybe get more
Hmm.
tattoos or
Hmm.
something. I don't know. Like, I'm just like, I'm not cool enough to talk to him yet. And like, I have this weird, ooh, I just got goosebumps. I have this like weird, like, I love watching him. And I just think he's
Yeah.
interesting. And he's like helped so many people, so many like independent wrestlers come up. And
Right.
I just think he's such a cool
Right.
dude. But he's like
Hmm.
such a godfather. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
him yet. Like,
Right.
Grim Reaper, if you ever see this, I love you so much. Don't call me yet. Maybe like a year from now when I get my swag up or something,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
yet. But he's one who's for sure on my list.
I like
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
that's become like a New Year's resolution. Get swag up so I can talk to Reaper.
Yeah.
And if Grim Reaper, if you're listening to this and you have advice for me to get my swag up to talk to you, please let me know.
Hmm. Oh,
Get a
my,
tube channel.
get no.
I'm
That's how
working
you
on
do
it.
it.
I'm working on it, and you'll be the first person to know if it happens.
Oh,
Exactly.
absolutely. You'll be tagged.
Yeah.
No caption, just
Just
at KHS at Ringville.
So
Ringville
good.
made me do it.
Oh, one for me that comes up or that has been coming up a lot. I
Hmm.
think it's Gabby Forza. I would love to talk to her.
I would love to
She's just
talk to
like
Gabby
absolutely
Forza.
killing it,
The
and she's
Nomi.
recently had some like the Lodestone like experience.
Hmm.
Natalia reached out and invited her to the dungeon. Like
Yeah.
I,
Mm.
that's a brain I want to pick. I just feel like
Yeah.
especially because like in the last like I want to say even like 6 months, her stock has just gone like through the roof. She's killing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
She
love
is.
Gabby Forza. Love that.
I know
The
that
homie.
And and then
the
that
literally.
homie, yeah,
The homie.
period. I love that. I wait, I also because you said, and I need to know your opinion on this, and then I guess we could
Hmm.
wrap, even though I don't want to ever. Is that is so your first exposure to wrestling was John Cena.
Are you doing
Hmm.
okay?
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Like, you know what made me okay? That he
Yeah.
smiled when he tapped.
Yeah.
Heard people were like really on the fence about this, like really on.
No,
But
for
I he
sure.
also saw him explain it on like Cody Rhodes's podcast like the day after it happened.
Yeah.
And
Mm,
he was like,
Mhm.
I let go, like I peacefully let go, and I was
Right.
like, all
Right.
right, you know
Yeah.
what?
radical acceptance.
Hmm.
Exactly,
Exactly.
absolutely,
Yeah, I love
But
that. Well,
yeah,
we
it hurt
wild
for
out about
sure.
it. Yeah. It hurt for sure. Because we were
It hurt for
talking
sure.
about this, like, we know wrestlers go out on their back. I'm still new to wrestling. We haven't gotten to the John Cena era in the regular show yet, so I know like
Hmm.
literally nothing about him except, what you know.
Yeah.
But so I was like, well, to me, my preliminary understanding of wrestling is you just go out on your back. So I wasn't like expecting anything else. So then when the
Hmm.
riots were happening, I was like, maybe I misunderstood what he
that
means.
video of like Gunther getting like securityed out of the stadium, I was like, I love it. I love to see it. And since he's been like absolutely killing it, I was like,
Yeah.
because if John Cena's gonna do that
Yes.
for you, you better take it and run, you know?
For
Like,
sure. For sure. Exactly. Exactly. And he has.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay. I have final question for you, or at least my last one.
Yes, go go.
So how do you view um how do you view success as far as telling like a
mhm.
wrestling story? Is it like the fact that
Oh,
you have the platform to do it? Like how do you know like you when do you leave an interview and been like I felt like that we did what we came to do?
I would say it depends on the person that I'm talking to, because some people are much more character based, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like if somebody wants to do the interview in character,
Hmm.
I
Mm.
I try to structure my questions in that way. Um, like the non-scene part of what I deem successful is were they comfortable? Were they satisfied with the conversation that they had, right? And it's like, are they okay with the way they're presented on the show?
Mm.
Like that's just like basis for them. Um, if I considered success on my end for just like my performances, like how was the conversation flowing and how was it kind of like going from one topic to another? Was it just like a start stop or were we just like, oh, actually, let's I tie that into another answer or another question type sorts. And it's really just like um, I can always go back on like right when I like yell like cut, right? Or like or I say goodbye. When I get up and I go to cut the cameras, I ask how did that feel for you? And it's like
Mm.
that response is just like whatever they say is like, okay, cool. Like
Right.
that's how I determine like, okay, this went well.
Love
I
that.
love
That's a
that.
good question.
Yeah. I have one final question just before
Hmm.
we close. So you were saying you were prepping all day with questions you thought we might ask you.
Yeah.
What did were some of the questions, did we hit any of them? Did we miss any
Oh, for
ones?
sure, for sure, for sure.
Work.
You hit a bunch. Um, I think if both of our times were unlimited, you
Yeah.
would hit every single question. You know, it's like a little selfish of me, so I'm sorry.
No,
Uh,
that's okay. No. He's
Um,
booked and busy, guys. He's booked and busy.
sometimes. But yeah, no, it's like I think one of the questions that I thought about was I always think about like what's the like if you people were gonna make the connection between Ringville and Dreamville, right? So it's
Mm.
like I was expecting maybe like a music question, and I was just kind of going through all the music that I've listened to, and it's like, what do I like? You know,
What?
and somebody asks you like a movie, what
Oh
movie
my
you like,
God.
and it's like I've never seen a movie. I don't know.
No, I've never heard a song ever in my life. I've never listened to music. Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
so
for real.
funny. I like knew the Dreamville connection, but I didn't want to be
Uh-huh.
like really in your business
Yeah.
about it.
All right. What's that
But
like? Oh, name your top 5 songs right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
hold up.
Actually recite all the lyrics to your favorite JID song like right
Uh-huh.
now,
Yeah.
immediately. So, but
Uh,
maybe next time you can prepare for next time
there
because
we go. Yeah.
hopefully there will be a next time.
Of course.
I never want this to end, and I hope we do it again because this is just the best, the collab of the century for me. I don't care about how the
Yeah.
rest of you feel, but I I feel great about it. I hope we can talk again more at
Yeah.
length. I hope we can talk again
Hmm.
more even just generally. I hope we see what a show one time
For
because every
sure.
time I'm
Yeah.
like, where is VHS? Is he coming?
Like,
Does
you know
anyone
what?
know?
It's like wrestling and film are like a weekend business
Yeah.
or industries. So it's
Hmm.
like sometimes my like projects or my jobs line up on a day of just like, oh, it's the same day as a wrestling show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, I can't. And it's like, look, no disrespect to wrestling, but I got to pay my bills.
Yeah,
You know?
period. No, listen,
Absolutely.
girl, we
Yeah.
get
Um,
it.
yeah, there was the last ETU show in
Mhm.
December. Uh, I like the show was started at like 4 or 5 and it ended like at 8. I had like an overnight shoot in Jersey. So I just went from the show to the
The,
job. So I was just like, okay, I can work that. Like,
Oh my
you know,
God. Girl,
they,
booked and busy. He said it. Y'all hear it. And
sometimes. Yeah.
also, if you ever, need a place to crash in New Jersey, this is like the halfway house for everybody who needs to do work in New Jersey.
Oh,
We
hell
got
yeah.
futons,
Uh-huh.
couches, like,
Hmm.
oh, the couches are great. I can vouch for that.
yeah,
Okay.
And if you're ever
Yeah.
in Philly, you let me know.
yeah, period. Yeah,
Um,
and if you're ever in
Okay,
Philly, you
hell
can
yeah.
go stay with my brother in Christ there.
Oh yeah, this is so I just don't teleport, I see. Like
Well, listen, if you want to do it, I mean, you can show us how, because I would love to do
hmm
that. Because speaking of
yeah.
paying bills, I got to pay for gas every time I go see Mr. Man over there. Every time I let this man in my house,
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
And yeah, but I drive to Philly's nice. I've done it a few times.
I
Like,
actually like
I
it too.
yeah, no, it's
yeah,
really not bad.
yeah.
Um,
What's that bridge that you just crossed like right before you get into like Philly?
I
uh,
love that bridge, the like old metally bridge one, and then when you get it
on
across and it says
95,
"Welcome
yeah,
to Philly,"
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
or "Welcome to Pennsylvania." Well, I love coming
Yeah.
back, and then because I
There's
am
the Ben
or
Franklin. That's the big old one.
is it?
Hmm?
Oh, that's cute that you know that.
Well, I live here now.
Now, I don't know some of the bridges in New Jersey, not born and raised here, but I love crossing that bridge because then it says like "Welcome to Philly" and it's the little Dutch lady or whatever on the Apple Maps, and then
Mm.
when you come back,
Hmm.
I always go, "Where's my diner girl?" Because then
Mm.
the diner girl for New Jersey pops up and I'll be like, "Hello." And
Okay.
the other day it was late and I was pissed, but I was like, "Where's my diner girl?"
She was serving. She was serving, you know.
She was busy. She had tables. It's not her fault. I'm still gonna
Yeah.
tip her 20%. She's doing her
Am-
best.
Amazing.
Exactly. Shout
Do you
out to
want
Bridges.
to shout out to Bridges? Amen.
Shout out to bridges. Guys, build bridges, not walls. You know what I mean? It's all about community.
Speaking
So,
of which,
speaking of
Mhm.
community, come on. Speaking of community, you guys, I'm
Ooh,
so
the
excited.
show?
What?
Oh
The
no,
show,
us.
also the
Us. Oh,
show.
I'm sorry.
But
I was like, hold up.
he's like, wait,
Name your
okay,
top
hour
5 favorite
two.
community episodes. Like,
What's your
anything
favorite
Chevy
bit in
Chase is not on.
community? We're like hour two, community rewatch. Let's go.
that's the other live stream idea.
Oh, God.
Period. You bitches would hate community. You would hate to see us coming with a tiny fuzzy mic attached to my phone watching community. And who knows? It's going to be a big year. Might happen.
Mhm.
But speaking of big things happening, I'm so excited. We are officially doing the coat drive new to wrestling with Dolly Moo, which, if you don't know, is my day job. It's also my family's business. It's the best. It's in Montclair. Come drop off your coats, your blankets, your scarves, your winter hats, your gloves, warm clothes. We are doing a coat drive all month long to benefit Tony's Kitchen in Montclair. Tony's Kitchen is the shit. Sorry to curse, but Tony's Kitchen is the shit. I love them very deeply. It's a great small community organization. And it's been a really cold winter, and there's still a lot of winter left. So if you have gently used or even new winter apparel, please bring them to 217 Glenridge Ave, the Dolly Moose store, where we will collect them and probably give you a big kiss on the mouth if you consent. So, so please.
And that's the plug.
And that's the plug. I'm so excited. Girl, warm your friends up. Warm it
Hell
up.
yeah.
Amazing. All right, guys.
Bring us
This has
home.
been another edition of the New to Wrestling podcast. Thank you so much for our guest, Kevin Herrera Sanchez of Ringville, coming and chatting with us.
God bless.
For Kevin, for Kelsey, I am Xavier. We will catch you on the next one.
We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.